Eye opener for September 8th, 2024. Scarcity. Is it organic or artificial? Why doesn't a majority, or at least a plurality of the public, realize that you can't have scarcity of a resource like money unless you distribute that resource in an uneven manner? This is especially true when the money is being printed out of thin air, without the need for it to be backed by anything like gold. How the hell are there more poor people in America after printing trillions of dollars in a span of just a few years? In capitalism, there is a market force known as supply and demand. The idea behind it is that when supply goes up, demand goes down, and when demand goes up, supply goes down. This prevailing precept of capitalism is so ubiquitous and so dogmatic that I doubt there's a single adult in America who hasn't heard it at some point in their life. This begs the question that, if the law of supply and demand is true, how could the supply of money in America continue to go up while the demand for it also continues to go up? Shortly after the height of the COVID pandemic outbreak, America added $5 trillion to its supply of US dollars, yet the demand for US dollars, at least amongst Americans, did not wane. Why is that so? More importantly, how is that so, and how did that happen? Don't worry, I won't keep you in suspense. Instead, I will share with you what I believe to be the reason why and how it happened. The reason why won't take long to explain because it can be summarized in two simple words: wealth inequality. Explaining how would take a while, but it too can be summarized thusly. Even though you're printing and adding trillions of dollars to your supply of money, that excess does not really get added to the supply if you give it to a small cohort. The rich in this case who, in turn, take that excess out of circulation by hoarding it and holding it in a vault or in some other resource like real estate or gold or food. How can so many of us be so ignorant to this truth? Is this shared ignorance organic, or is it manufactured, or, to put it another way, man-made? Could there be some nefarious conspiracy educating people about the law of supply and demand to explain why they don't have enough money for the things they need to survive, while misinforming those same people through lies, deceit and obfuscation to make them think this is the natural order of things? Now, before you poo-poo what I just said, consider this. As time goes by and things get declassified, the heinous acts of leaders from our past get exposed. Truths like there were no weapons of mass destruction in Iraq come to light. 15 of the 19 hijackers on that infamous September 9th were Saudi Arabian. Israel attacked the USS Liberty with Israeli ships disguised under another country's flag. A false flag. The incident that started the Vietnam War never happened. Oh, there was a Gulf on Tonkin. There just was never a Gulf of Tonkin incident, which was the reason given for why America was committed to that war. All of these matters can be verified, not on crazy conspiracy theory websites, but on .gov websites, because they've all been declassified as documented in the book described below. These are just a few examples of why author Chris Osman wrote the book described below. These are just a few examples of why Mr. Osman claims there are fewer and fewer conspiracy theories and more conspiracies. He's basically saying that more of what people thought were nutty conspiracy theories have been declassified on government websites like FBI.gov and are now proven to be actual conspiracies, many of which were perpetrated by the US government. But you probably surmised that already, so I'll just talk about the book now. In 2018, Chris Osman wrote a book highlighting the problems humanity would face if more power, wealth and control were funneled to a small group of individuals, groups or organizations. In that book, Mr. Osman provided solutions from himself and others to the inevitable problems we would all face. In it, he also provided a means for the public to analyze, compare and contrast the words and deeds of those we've chosen to follow against our real world, lived experiences. To this end, Mr. Osman provides the means for readers to disseminate information as provided by their news sources of choice, their elected officials, and any other authority they choose to follow. The book, titled Solutions, Enough Complaining, Let's Fix America, offers a means to hold leaders up, not just to a higher standard than is currently accepted, but to one that will improve lives. Click the link below and get your copy today.